In evidence submitted for the 2022 NHS pay rise, the government have put forward 3% as the figure they can afford. TUC Senior Policy Officer Sean Elliott joined Charlie Stayt on BBC Breakfast on Friday to argue the importance of a fairer pay increase as the host desperately tried to get the union boss to name the figure she was hoping the government would settle on. The BBC Breakfast host asked Sean to name the pay rise figure the union would accept. However, the senior policy officer avoided Charlie's question. Charlie said, "I will keep asking you the same question, which is, talk to me about numbers, because everyone is well aware that inflation is either 9 or 10 or possibly even going beyond that. In terms of a pay offer for nurses, what figures are you talking about? We're talking about everyone in the NHS, and what we're saying is that pay offer needs to be fair, it needs to reflect the rising cost of living, and what we want to see is the government sitting around the table with employers, with unions, talking about what that fair pay offer would be." Interjecting, Charlie asked, "Are you in a position where you aren't going to talk about numbers? What you seem to be saying is inflation. If we take it today as we speak at 9%, you're saying that's the baseline for the pay settlement and it should be inflation plus. Is that a reasonable read of what you're saying? We're saying the pay award should absolutely reflect that cost of living, and anything below it would be a real terms pay cut. Certainly that 3% falls well short. It means a real terms pay cut of around £2,000 for the average paramedic, £1,000 for the average nurse, so that pay award has got to reflect that rise in cost of living." "Can I ask about strike action?" Charlie continued. "Because that's a real concern for people." "Is that a possibility?" Sean admitted she was concerned NHS staff would vote with their feet and leave their respective professions. She said, "We already have 1 in 10 posts in the NHS unfilled, and the rate at which the government are recruiting NHS nurses and staff members simply isn't keeping pace at the rate workers are leaving." "Can I be absolutely clear about this?" Charlie said. "Are you saying there are more nurses leaving the profession than being recruited? The government is painting a different picture. They're saying the number of nurses is up by more than 10,000. Is that wrong?" Sean replied, "The government have been in some way successful in recruiting more nurses to the NHS. But they've chosen an arbitrary number, 50,000, it wasn't rooted in any evidence, it wasn't rooted in a proper workforce plan for the NHS." BBC Breakfast viewers shared the support for the NHS as Mark Ballard tweeted, "People should be coming together to support a real terms pay increase in the NHS. That's, in the same way, the majority of NHS staff would support you in your private sector job asking for the same. Wages should not be a race to the bottom. #NHS #inflation #real terms pay cut. And whatever the pay rise, remember the Gov will take its slice back by way of NI and income tax. To keep pace with inflation you need to add on top the tax and NI the Gov will take back," Ian Reynolds said. Neil Heaney wrote, "Cap footballers' wages and drop politicians' salaries and raise the pay of all those in the NHS. They're the real heroes." BBC Breakfast airs on BBC One daily at 6 a.m.